So what has your trauma taught you about B2B sales?
Hi, I'm Abby, and this is the Ab Show.
Hi, I'm Abby, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, 1 Minute Off. As you know, I am relatively online, but as you may not know, I would really only call myself partially chronically online, if that's even a thing. By that I mean, yes, I scroll on TikTok probably more than I should, and I do use Instagram, but I don't really consistently post on either platform at all. I deleted Twitter when Trump started running for president the first time, and I have never looked back, and I have literally never regretted that decision. I had Facebook for like college groups and marketplace mostly, but now when I go on there, something AI immediately scares me and I have to leave. It feels like you have to like trudge through the jungle with bullets flying all around you just to get the info you needed on there. Actually, if you ask me twice, I will tell you that my real opinion is if you're over the age of 20 and you're still posting on Twitter or Facebook or especially Snapchat, stop it.
Get some help.
Can we just, as a society, just move on from Twitter, please? And help Snapchat too. Yeah, definitely. It's embarrassing. And then there's LinkedIn. For those who don't know, LinkedIn is described as a business-oriented social website. And since its inception has really just taken that title and creatively run with it. LinkedIn began in 2002 and in just 2 years would reach 1 million users. Back in the day, it was just a website you posted your job on your profile and maybe someone from way back in high school would connect with you. You'd approve their request, but nothing would ever really happen after that. Now, 12 years later, it has over 1 billion users, which actually puts it on par with Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Not to mention the fact that, LinkedIn's current state glamorizes exploitation under a capitalistic system. LOL. Forget all the fake posts, forget all the AI written paragraphs. Do you like to craft? Turn it into a side business. Good at fixing cars? Yeah, why not just make it a side hustle? But as usual, I digress. When I was in high school, LinkedIn wasn't even really considered a social media website or anything like that. But as I went through college and into now, it kind of seems like the person who posted way too much on Facebook in high school to the person who posts too much on LinkedIn pipeline is so much alive and strong. There's not always a correlation, but there very so often is. Even just a few years ago, it wasn't what it was now. It was a place you could go get hired to do a job, maybe. And I'm sure in some ways it still is for some people. However, I don't really know what it is about that website that hexes people into posting what I would consider to be some of the most ridiculously personal and embarrassing and inappropriate stuff I've ever seen in my life. Actually, I guess I do. That's the whole point of the video. But now some of it is finally getting called out. This phenomenon has gotten so big that freaking Bloomberg did a report on it back in October. On Reddit, the bastion of diverse internet communities and niche interests, there exists a subreddit with over 670,000 members solely to make fun of the people who overpost on LinkedIn, aptly named r/LinkedIn lunatics. Love the alliteration, guys. Really cool. Check out this chart and how much it's increased just over the past few months. This has been happening since 2016 when Microsoft bought LinkedIn for $26 billion. And since then, they've been hounding users for more engaging content, even starting the LinkedIn Creator Accelerator program. It was also, combined and accelerated by the loneliness of the pandemic and the mass arrival of Gen Z on LinkedIn. So how do you increase audience engagement on a business website? Well, you make stuff up for fun. This article begins with a story about a guy who created a parody of one of these posts. It posited that he had proposed to his girlfriend over the weekend and what that taught him about B2B sales. Obviously, people got a hold of this and made fun of him until the cows came home. It worked. His post went viral and his engagement went way the hell up. However, this post isn't even like that far from satire. This post was a parody, but parodies exist for a reason. And so we come to the problem that I'm having, right? Because of this whole engagement thing, sometimes I can't really tell if these posts are real or satire. Like so many of these posts have, and then everyone clapped energy. It's barely happening so much that people are avidly complaining about it. So much that the COO had to comment on the situation. LinkedIn should feel human, Dan Shapiro, the social network's chief operating officer, said in an interview. There are times that some people sort of stretch beyond what might be appropriate for a workplace. But the trend of people bringing their whole selves to work is a positive one. Well, you had me in the first half there, Dan, I'm not gonna lie. But, let's, enough jibber jabber, let's take a look at some of these posts and try to figure out if they're as bad as everyone says they are. Let's start with an easy one here. Sometimes we encounter challenges that seem as daunting as a giant bear standing in our way, blocking our path forward. However, when we choose to face them courageously and even embrace these difficulties, we may find that our initial fear transforms into a sense of calm and strength. In both work and life, the greatest growth often comes from confronting and accepting our own vulnerabilities. It's in these moments that we become more resilient and strong. Hashtag career insights, hashtag growth, hashtag courage. And then this is the image accompanying that. So what's going on here? I don't know if this is photoshopped. I don't know what's going on here. Well, it is probably photoshopped. I don't think it's real. But yeah, that one comes from Brain Expansion Group. So that's it's really more of a thinker, actually. I think this metaphor falls apart pretty quickly. I'm not really I think it kind of sounds like ChatGPT generated. I mean, it's sound advice, I guess, but the combination of the paragraph and the photo just all right. Well, maybe we can find one that's a little bit less suggestive, right? Cyber is just like makeup, lipstick emoji, laptop emoji. The more it costs, the better it can be. But you need skill to apply it. You need skill to adapt it. Just slapping on the pricey stuff won't make you pretty, and it won't keep you safe. I mean, she looks great, right? She looks very pretty. Well, I mean, first of all, if you spend a lot of money on makeup and think it has better ingredients for your face than any cheaper makeup, then you are very stupid. Also, I haven't actually heard the term cyber in so long. I'm not even really 100% sure what she's referring to here. Relating to or characteristics of culture of computers, information technology, and virtual reality. Okay. I think she's talking about cybersecurity, which would make sense with her metaphor here, I guess. At least that was a lot less suggestive than the first one, right? Maybe we'll start moving away from that kind of stuff. What's up next? Sometimes people post on LinkedIn in the form of a question for the community to answer, for that almighty engagement. So what topic can you talk about appropriately on here that wouldn't reflect badly at all for anyone? What's a harmless situation that would just get people really motivated to work or whatever they want to do? Would you marry your 13-year-old cousin? Oh, no. This photo captures the complex legacy of rock and roll star Jerry Lee Lewis. In 1959, controversy surrounded him when he married his 13-year-old cousin, Myra Gale Brown. They had their first child when she was 14. The scandal impacted his career, stalling his early success. Here's the couple in Faraday, Louisiana with their son Steve Allen Lewis. Hashtag music, hashtag Faraday, hashtag Louisiana. So this sucks, right? This sucks. This is horrible. You'd think that some things are so messed up to talk about that even LinkedIn would, wouldn't farm them for clicks, but here we are, I guess. This is where we're at. Inappropriate and suggestive content aside, which is honestly most of what this is, some of the stuff is just so blatantly made up that it almost sends me into a spiral to think these people actually exist on this earth and walk among us. Like this guy who went viral for roasting his son's outfit. This guy posted a picture of his kid in a baseball outfit, which I'm not going to show here, and just went on this insane rant about it. I'm just gonna read some highlights from it, and I'm just gonna let you enjoy them. Begins the post by talking about how a lot of his son's outfit is low budget. He did it like himself. Add in his red and black and white Jordan 1 low cleats, and you might think, wow, that kid's probably a great player. If you didn't know better. The truth, he's middle of the pack on a good day, and that's absolutely fine by me, but he shouldn't be teaching anyone anything about baseball. Yeah, he's 6. My point, you can curate an aesthetic that makes people believe at first glance you're better at something than you really are. This is social media in a nutshell, and honestly, it's the current guru climate of LinkedIn in many ways. They call Major League Baseball the show for a reason. Every detail is crafted to sell, from the way players dress to the gear they use. It's all designed to sell a product. So he's using his son's outfit to equate it to being successful on LinkedIn, which is one of the most exhausting sentences I've ever said. This must be what they mean when they say you should eventually have to kill the father. But I'm so glad that I grew up in an era where my parents had no idea how to use social media, because I don't know what I'd do, actually, if I just saw this years later as an adult. We're gonna finish off this video with one last post that honestly just kind of goes along the same lines of cementing my belief in never having children. Mostly so that I don't become this insufferable of a parent. I use Halloween as an opportunity to teach my kids about taxes. They work hard earning candy, but they do not get to keep it all. They must pay me a tax. The more candy they earn, the more taxes they must pay. I take 1 of the first 10 pieces they earn, 3 of the next 10, and 5 of every 10 pieces thereafter. I then throw 30% of the candy I take straight into the trash can. They need to understand that I am not going to use what I took efficiently. They ask why I would take the candy they worked so hard to earn and turn around and completely waste 30% of what I took. I tell them I do it because I can, and the sooner they accept it, the better. I mean, that's good parenting right there. That is incredible parenting, I must say. But again, this has to be sarcasm, right? None of these are real, right? Right? Pretty safe to say, over the last year or so, LinkedIn has visibly morphed from a mostly wholesome, resume repository where you can like connect with actual business owners to a social media website that just survives on engagement and has like even more of a hustle vibe than Instagram does. Hashtag leadership, hashtag motivation. We've already seen this transformation on so many other sites, namely Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. The more ridiculous and insane the post, the more eyes and comments are on it, and the more engagement goes up. A wholesome post about how you genuinely like your new job just not going to compare to a father roasting his son's outfit. It's not going to cut it. The algorithm rewards engagement by promoting content that just generates conversation, no matter how asinine that conversation is. So LinkedIn's not just a job website anymore, it's marketing of your own self and your skills, which is just kind of an extension of regular social media at this point, only with the added angle of like your entire livelihood and how you make money, which with the state of algorithms in the world today has turned into, I'm a digital marketing expert, so here's a picture of me in a bra. And that's where we are now. LinkedIn has become this place where personal branding and professional credibility blur into one. The line between, genuine professional career growth and performative success is getting a lot harder to spot. It's no longer about just, showcasing your work experience. It's about curating an image, the one that's designed to, keep both liking and commenting and looking at it again, no matter what. And I don't know about you, but, the idea of a website that was originally for career advancement being turned into yet another online content farm is terrifying, but at the same time, even more American than apple pie. So chew on that, I guess. If you take anything from this video, let it be this. If you're trying to figure out who to never talk to from high school again, go on LinkedIn. It's the best litmus test at this point. If they're posting on there, you've likely made the right call to cut off all contact. That's honestly all I can really handle for today. I was gonna go into some AI content on there, but I'm too tired. But let me know down below in the comments. Do you have a LinkedIn? If you do you feel like you were forced to get one? Have you seen this content shift over the past year or so? What do you think it means for the future of our society, both off and online, and so on and so forth? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked what you saw as well. Or if you want me to talk about LinkedIn more, because I'll do that. Anyway, I'm Abby. This is 1 Minute Off, and I'm going to go write about how the death of my childhood goldfish taught me about business margins. Bye.